What up, everybody? YouTube Live, how's it going? Okay, let's double check. Trying to make sure that we're live, and then I'm gonna be chatting away. Right now, it's Saturday night, California time, 7:48 p.m. And oh, are we on? What up, everybody? Yes, we are on. Okay, so, uh, hey, Dominic is already here. Hey, you're quick, Dominic. This will be good to discuss. Yes. So it's Saturday night, California time, 7:49 p.m. I got no other better shit to do. I just got back home from work, man. You know, YouTube doesn't pay my bills, so I still have to work like everybody else. And it was a pain in the ass the whole day working in the warehouse. So I just got back and I saw this on my feed, and you know what? Let's discuss this. This is the latest development on the case of Ezra Miller. A few days ago, I mentioned to you guys, let me give you a context again, a refresher, if you will, in case you weren't there in our previous live stream. So basically, in a nutshell, Ezra Miller has been accused by the parents of this now 18-year-old woman called Tokata Iron Eyes. Why the name? It's because she's Native American. Native American has the coolest names. Let's just put it out there, into the universe. I love Native American names. I wish I had names as cool as Native American names. Rama's okay. Rama is all right. But could you imagine Rama Bear Claws? Or Rama he who hunts. Or like Rama Eagle Fang, like the Cobra Kai team. Oh man, I'm telling you, Native Americans have the coolest names. Anyway, she's 18, but apparently back when she was 14, she befriended Ezra Miller when Ezra Miller visited South Dakota. And according to the report a few days ago on TMZ, Ezra Miller took her to the set of Fantastic Beasts movies, and they become friends, if you will. But over the years, he just pretty much showed her. I'm sorry, I keep saying he. Okay, Ezra Miller is non-binary. I apologize if I keep forgetting that the pronoun is they and them, but I'm forgetful like that. So they took Tokata around the set, and over the years they become friends. But the parents of Tokata claim that Ezra is keeping her hostage, meaning like we want our daughter back. Um, Now, since a few days ago, a few more information has hit the web. A few of you guys have told me some update as well that Tokata is trans. I didn't know that. And there's some other updates, some other information that you guys told me like, oh, okay, now that put that into some perspective now. So this is the update from today. Okay, so I'm reading off of TMZ. So basically, Tokata Iron Eyes recently released an Instagram video, and we're gonna watch that video. But she claims, she's counter arguing her parents, saying that I'm basically saying I'm not a victim. I'm not Ezra Miller's hostage. So she in her video, apparently according to TMZ, she's slamming her parents and the media, saying she's downright disappointed they're not taking her word, that she's making her own decisions. So she's claiming that she is with Ezra out of her own personal choice, out of her own free will, basically. And this is the excerpt. So Tokata says it's nobody's business and no one is owed a story. And you know what? I gotta say, man, it's a really rough way of getting famous. I know a lot of people in deep down they want to get their 15 minutes. That's why we all have our social media. That's why we all post on TikTok. But Tokata strikes me as somebody like, hey, I don't, I wasn't really intentionally looking for fame. You guys put me in this position. Now I'm like freaking like a public figure now. I'm not that it's her words, but like I don't think she strikes me as a person that was looking to get famous out of this. But that's just my speculation. So here's what she said out of Instagram, and we'll get to the video. I'd like to make a statement to acknowledge that the tragedy that is the narrative of the general public and the assumptions made on my behalf by my family and friends regarding my stability and otherwise. I dropped out of Bard 5 months ago. My friend and comrade William passed shortly thereafter. My mind was incredibly impacted, and I've needed space and time for the processing of grief. My comrade Ezra Miller, for the entirety of the aforementioned era, has only provided loving support and invaluable protection throughout this period of loss. I am in no way or under any circumstance have been, during my short-lived adulthood, in need of a conservatorship. My father and his allegations hold no weight and are frankly transphobic and based in the notion that I am somehow incapable of coherent thought or opposing opinions to those of my own kindred, worrying about my well-being. I am now aware of the severity of emotional and psychological manipulation I was made to endure while in my parents' home. I am an adult and I deserve to feel authority in my body. I'm tired of wondering whether or not cops will show up to section me on a daily basis. I have decided upon a therapist and I'm excited to now engage in conversation with a mental health professional about my anxiety and probable depression. It is no one's business. My choices are my own. And as to the nature of police intervention in my case, it is unnecessary and it is a waste of time and resource. This bout of blatant betrayal and toxicity my parents and others have chosen to punish me with has been desperately embarrassing and traumatically life-altering. Relationships in my life have been grossly affected, some detrimentally so. This behavior is unacceptable and needs to be called out. So yeah, that's the statement. We're gonna watch the video soon in there, but okay. So let me give quick of my chime in here, and I'll get to your chat. So when we did the live stream a few days ago, I was in the position of maybe slightly siding with the parents, because we're like, you can't do that. That's somebody's child, Ezra. What are you doing? And up to that point, Ezra had been, as you know, had been causing troubles left and right at bars or karaoke bars or whatnot. And now this. So a few days ago when we did the live stream, I was like, yeah, Ezra's the bad guy here. But now I think I've come to the category of I'm not sure. Now, can you make the argument that, hey, it sounds like Tokata Iron Eyes is experiencing Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome, as you know, is this phenomenon that the hostage is basically develops compassion for their hostage taker. It's based on an actual, event by Clark Olofsson in Sweden. Is that what's happening here? Is this a Stockholm Syndrome situation? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a psychologist, but I think somebody can make that argument, and he or she would not be wrong in saying that. But here's the thing, though, before we play the video. And I'm not gonna name names, okay? I don't know if that person is watching this video right now, so I'm not gonna name or out them at all. But situation that Tokata describes does kind of happen in real life. Not real life. What's the word I'm looking for? That does kind of happen with regular folks out there. That's what I meant to say. Because I have a friend who's in a loving marriage. Who's in a loving marriage with his wife. And I remember I was approached by his wife's parents, I think on social media. I kid you not. And the parents are like, "Hey Rama, can you check up on them? We haven't heard from them in a while. Are they okay? What's going on?" And I was like, "Wow, they sound so concerned. What's going on here?" So I called up my friend, and my friend's like, "Hey, you know what? You don't know the whole story, Rama, but we are not in good standing or good relationship with them, with the parents. So that's all we're gonna say to you. So if they approach you again, just ignore them, okay? We're not having any sort of relationship with them right now. That's all. That's all. That's all. What my parent. Sorry. That's all what my friend told me about that situation. So what I'm getting at is that does happen where somebody like Tokata is like, you know what? I'm cutting ties, or I'm cutting relationship. I'm cutting lines with my parents because my parents don't get me. My parents are not, A, B, and C. So I'm gonna go off on my own, and that does happen. All right. So it is possible that this is when she said of her own free will choosing that she wants to be with or stick around with Ezra, and it is possible that it's not Stockholm syndrome. That she's just like, hey, you know what? I feel more like me as a person with Ezra than I am with my parents. My parents are judgmental or whatever that may be. So that does happen. That does happen. So a few days ago, I was kind of siding with the parents. Now, not so much. With this story developed. So with that in mind, let's watch the video here. Hold on. There you go. Where's the? Hold on. Let's get the volume out. Get it full screen.
All right. Hi guys. Hi folks. I've become aware that some people are saying that my statements were not written by me. I'd like to clarify that they are, in fact, directly from me. Nobody is controlling my Instagram account. I don't have a phone right now out of my own personal conviction. And honestly, it's really distressing that the narrative of the victim in question is not being granted any trust. I worked really hard to make really clear what was going on. And if the statements are too profoundly contrasting to whatever assumptions those of us have garnered and have chosen to carry, I'd like to say that it's nobody's business and that no one is owed a story or an outcome. This is my life. These are my decisions. And I'm disappointed in my parents and the press in every way. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let's see what Dominic. Oh, Dominic was commenting from my comment earlier. Now you're making me feel bad. I don't know what to do, but media is our passion, so here we go. Yeah, this is what we love to do, Dominic. Most definitely. And her Instagram video had received 55.4 thousand views. Wow, that's a lot of views. 64 comments. So as I said earlier, and now she's gained like up to like 10,000 followers. You know what? She doesn't strike me as like the rest of us who kind of want our 50 minutes of fame off of TikTok posts or our dances on TikTok or whatever social media posts that we put out there. This is not the kind of fame that she's looking for. She seems so very gentle and calm, and you saw her speaking there, very careful in choosing her words and very articulate. And you know what? And she's 18 years old. That's the thing. She's 18 now. She's an adult in the eyes of the law. So we may not know the whole story. Just like I may not know the whole story with my friend whose relationship with his wife's parents is broken for whatever reason, right? So we don't know the whole story here with Tokata and the parents versus Ezra Miller. But I think we got to respect the fact that she's an adult. She makes her own decisions. And if the parents of Tokata want to send cops and whatever investigator or rain down case upon her, I don't think that's possible anymore because again, she's way past that age, and she can decide whatever kind of life that she wants for herself. But yeah, this is interesting though. I think I'm gonna finish with this. I think Ezra Miller is still in trouble for the previous acts. The bar thing in Hawaii, the bar thing in whatever Europe thing. And so if WB Warner Brothers is making or holding meetings to decide what to do with Ezra Miller or what to decide Ezra Miller's fate, within their franchise, within the Flash franchise, I don't think they should take into consideration this situation. I don't think they should take into consideration in their meetings, this Tokata Iron Eyes situation. You know what I'm saying? They could fairly include the mess with in Hawaii when he got arrested, or I'm sorry, Ezra Day. Okay, when they got arrested, when the whole thing in the bar in Europe, that's fair play. That's fair play because that's the kind of PR or publicity that they don't want for their Flash movie. Um, but I think in my opinion, at least in my opinion, they should not take this situation, Tokata Iron Eye situation, into consideration when they're holding meetings to decide Ezra Miller's fate within their business. So, but that's just my opinion. Okay. So what do you guys think about this latest development on Ezra Miller? Whoa, what an individual, huh? What a person, what an actor. Like I don't know. When was the last time you've heard this much and this frequent and this constant scandal coming out of just one person? I mean, it just doesn't end with Ezra Miller. Like, yo, another one, another thing. It's like, oh, what now? What's gonna happen next? Oh my goodness, when is this gonna end? We keep hearing about Ezra Miller. So, and oh, you know what? I posted a poll on YouTube. Let's check out the. You know what? Let's check out the poll on Twitter. I think we got more votes on Twitter than we did on YouTube. I know you guys also voted on YouTube, so thank you for that. But the Twitter one got more results. So I want to go to that one. By the way, follow me on Twitter, please. So this was a day ago, so it already ended. The poll was, and I posted, do you think WB should replace Amber Heard and Ezra Miller from their respective movies Aquaman 2 and The Flash? So 106 votes, and the final results 64.2% of you guys says yes on both, 6.6% of you guys says no on both, 22.6% of you guys says replace Amber but not Ezra, 6.6% of you guys say replace Ezra but not Amber. So pretty dominant on the yes on both. It's gonna be tough to replace them now that those movies are basically already in the can. They already filmed it. It's already edited, whatnot. They're just being pushed back the release date because of Amber Heard's trial and because of Ezra Miller's mess. So both movies are in 2023 release schedule. So it's gonna be tough replacing them or recasting or reshooting them for those movies that are already in the can. But I think, as Dominic said in the comment on YouTube, like they can totally be replaced for the next sequel or the next installment, Aquaman 3 or The Flash 2. But yeah, but not so much on this one. On these, that's already in the can. Dominic says it's just one thing after another with Miller. He was fine as Flash, but millions of actors could have played that role. As far as the latest issue, it is odd. She was young at the inception of it all. That's right. That's right. Maybe that's a good point, Dominic. Maybe if you know, Tokata was not 18, adult age. Maybe if she was 16 or 15, and this whole thing was still developing, then maybe I would still side with the parents because of the fact that she's a minor. And I'm concerned for her safety because of her age. But she's an adult now, so I'm even the cops will be like, you know, even the cops will say to the parents of Tokata, like, hey guys, I know I feel for you, but there's nothing we can do. We can't just barge in there, to Ezra's place and like, hey, give us Tokata. No, because she's 18 now. So maybe, yeah, maybe if the situation right now is Tokata is a minor, then maybe I would side a little more with the parents, out of the fact that she's a minor. But she's not. She's no longer a minor. So that's something that we need to keep in mind. Definitely a weird situation here. We'll see. Still no word yet from WB. No decision yet on from WB on the fate of Amber Heard and Ezra Miller. Um, so that is definitely going to be the next big, interesting breaking news if it does happen. The headline: WB has decided this and this and this on Amber and Ezra. So we'll definitely have to anticipate that and look forward to that when that happens. So yeah, this is the latest update, you guys. I'm gonna go now move on to filming my reviews of Lightyear and Spiderhead. All right, I'm gonna film my reviews of Lightyear and Spiderhead tonight. The embargoes for those will lift this Monday, so stay tuned for my reviews of Lightyear and Spiderhead this Monday. Thank you so much, Dominic, for chatting with me, and for those of you who didn't get to chat with me, what do you guys think about this latest situation or latest update, latest development on the Tokata Iron Eyes and Ezra Miller saga? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, subscribe. Have a good Saturday night, everybody. Let's rock this.